Hello, everyone, and welcome. Selamat datang semuanya. I'm Pat Vincent, and I'm so excited you're here. You know, today, we're not just students, we are going to be sentence architects. That's right. We're going to learn how to build amazing English sentences brick by brick from the very beginning. Jadi, hari ini, kita semua akan menjadi arsitek kalimat. Kita akan belajar membangun kalimat bahasa Inggris yang hebat, langkah demi langkah, dari dasar. Sound good? All right, let's jump right in. Okay, so every good architect needs a plan, a blueprint, right? Well, this is ours for today. First, we'll grab our building blocks. That's our vocabulary. Then we'll lay down the foundation with subjects and predicates. After that, we get to the really cool part, the blueprints, or sentence patterns. Then we'll figure out the purpose for each type of sentence we build. And finally, we'll review everything and get you ready to practice. Ini rencana kita ya. Kita mulai dari kosakata, lalu fondasi kalimat, lanjut ke pola-pola kalimat, pahami tujuannya, dan di akhir kita akan ulas semuanya. Let's go. All right, first things first, let's talk about our building blocks, our vocabulary. I mean, you can't build a house without bricks, right? Well, you can't build a sentence without words. These words are our tools. Oke, kita tidak bisa membangun rumah tanpa batu bata, dan kita tidak bisa membuat kalimat tanpa kata-kata. Jadi, kosakata adalah peralatan kita. So let's get familiar with the key terms we'll be using. Here they are, our key vocabulary words for this unit. Now, let's get the pronunciation right for the most important ones. Come on, say them with me. Ready? Subject. Subject. Good. Next one. Predicate. Predicate. Awesome. Now, object. Object. And finally, complement. Complement. You know, these four words right here, they are the absolute heart of building sentences. If you understand these, you're already on your way to becoming a fantastic sentence architect.
Keempat kata ini adalah inti dari struktur kalimat. Kalau kalian paham ini, kalian sudah di jalan yang benar untuk menjadi arsitek kalimat yang hebat.
Excellent work. So, we've got our tools ready. Now it's time to build the foundation. Think about it. Every strong house, every strong building needs a solid foundation, right? It's exactly the same with sentences. And in English, that foundation always has two parts, a subject and a predicate. Oke, kita punya peralatannya. Sekarang kita bangun fondasinya. Sama seperti rumah, setiap kalimat butuh fondasi yang kokoh. Dan fondasi itu terdiri dari dua bagian, subject dan predicate. So, let's start with the first part, the subject. What is the subject anyway? Well, I like to think of the subject as the hero of the sentence. It's who or what the whole sentence is about.
Jadi apa itu subjek? Anggap saja subjek itu pahlawan di dalam kalimat. Dia adalah siapa atau apa yang menjadi pusat perhatian.
And here's a simple trick to always find it. Just ask, who or what is doing the action? Easy, right? Okay, so if the subject is our hero, then the predicate, well, the predicate is the rest of the story. It's everything that tells us what our hero's doing or what our hero's like. Nah, kalau subjek itu pahlawannya, maka predikat adalah ceritanya. Bagian ini memberitahu kita apa yang dilakukan si pahlawan. And here's the most important thing to remember. The predicate always includes the verb. No verb, no predicate. Let's make this super clear with an example. Check this out. The dog barks loudly. So let's use our trick. We ask the question, who barks loudly? The answer? The dog. That's our subject. So what's the predicate? It's everything else. Barks loudly. It tells us exactly what the dog is doing. See? It's a perfect team. Coba kita lihat contoh ini. The dog barks loudly. Kita tanya, siapa yang menggonggong? Jawabannya, the dog. Itulah subjeknya. Dan sisanya, barks loudly adalah predikatnya. Gampang kan? Okay, let's do one more, just to be sure. My sister sings beautifully. All right, ask the question with me. Who sings beautifully? My sister. Boom, there's our subject. And the rest of the story? Sings beautifully. That's our predicate. You guys are getting this. Every single sentence you read or write will have these two parts. It's the core foundation. Satu contoh lagi ya. My sister sings beautifully. Siapa yang bernyanyi? My sister. Itu subjeknya. Dan ceritanya? Sings beautifully. Itu predikatnya. Semua kalimat pasti punya dua bagian ini. Okay, architects, our foundation is officially solid. You understand subjects and predicates. Now, let's get creative. We're moving on to the blueprints. You know, you can build many different kinds of houses, right? A small one, a big one. Well, it's the same with sentences. There are different patterns, different blueprints we can use to build them. Fondasi kita sudah kuat, sekarang saatnya melihat cetak birunya. Sama seperti rumah yang bisa punya banyak model, kalimat juga punya banyak pola yang berbeda. Now take a look at these. These are the 5 most common blueprints, or patterns in English. You'll see these everywhere. Now, I know it looks a little complicated with all the letters SVO and all that, but trust me, it's actually really simple once you see it in action. We're not going to memorize them all right now, but let's break down a couple of the most important ones.
Ini dia 5 pola kalimat yang paling dasar dalam bahasa Inggris. Mungkin kelihatannya agak rumit dengan semua singkatan itu, tapi percaya deh, ini gampang sekali. Ayo kita bahas beberapa yang paling penting.
Alright, let's start with a really common one, SVO. That stands for subject, verb, object. Look at the example. She reads a book. So she is the subject, reads is the verb, the action. Now, here's the key part. What is she reading? What is receiving the action of reading? A book. That's our object. The object gets the action.
Kita mulai dengan pola SVO, subject, verb, object. Contohnya, she reads a book. She adalah subjek, reads adalah kata kerjanya. Nah, apa yang dibaca? A book. Buku inilah objeknya, karena dia yang menerima aksi membaca.
Okay, next up is SVC, subject, verb, complement. Look at this one. He seems tired. Now, the verb here, seems, isn't really an action, is it? It's what we call a linking verb. It just connects or links the subject, he, to a word that tells us more about him. And that word is tired. Tired is the complement. It completes the idea about the subject. Get it? Complement completes. Selanjutnya, pola SVC, subject, verb, complement. Contohnya, he seems tired. Di sini, kata kerja seems bukan kata kerja aksi, tapi linking verb. Fungsinya hanya menghubungkan subjek he dengan kata tired yang mendeskripsikannya. Jadi tired adalah komplemennya. Ingat, komplement itu melengkapi subjek.
Now, this is super important, so let's focus here. A lot of students mix up objects and complements. But it's actually really simple if you remember this one thing. An object receives the verb's action. Like, she reads a book. The book gets read. But a complement describes or renames the subject. Like, she is a teacher. Teacher doesn't receive an action, it just tells us who she is. That's it. That's the big difference. Ini penting sekali ya. Banyak yang bingung antara objek dan complement. Kuncinya ini. Objek itu menerima aksi. She reads a book. Bukunya dibaca. Tapi complement itu mendeskripsikan subject. She is a teacher. Teacher itu menjelaskan siapa she. Itulah perbedaannya.
Of course, we can add even more detail to our sentences. Let's build one together using the SVO add pattern. That's subject, verb, object, adverb. Ready? Let's go step by step. Step 1, we need a subject, I. Step 2, a verb, saw. Step 3, an object, him. And step 4, an adverb to tell us where, there. Put it all together, and what do we get? I saw him there. See how each piece fits perfectly into the blueprint?
Tentu kita bisa buat kalimat lebih detail. Ayo kita coba bangun kalimat dengan pola SVO adverb. Langkah pertama, subject, I. Kedua, verb, saw. Ketiga, object, him. Dan keempat, adverbia, there. Gabungkan semuanya menjadi I saw him there. Setiap bagian punya perannya masing-masing.
Fantastic work, everyone. You now know the basic blueprints for building sentences. So the next big question is, why do we build them? What's their purpose? Well, sentences can do different jobs. Let's look at the 4 main types. Kerja bagus sekali. Kalian sudah tahu pola dasar kalimat. Pertanyaan selanjutnya adalah, untuk apa kita membuat kalimat? Ternyata kalimat punya tujuan yang berbeda-beda. Ayo kita pelajari 4 tipe utamanya. Okay, here are the 4 main jobs a sentence can have. First, a declarative sentence. It just declares something. It makes a statement. For example, the sky is blue. Ini adalah kalimat pernyataan. Simple. Next, an interrogative sentence. This one asks a question. What is your name? See the question mark? Ini adalah kalimat tanya. Then we have the imperative sentence. This one gives a command or an order. Close the door. Ini adalah kalimat perintah. And finally, my favorite, the exclamatory sentence. This one shows big feelings, big emotions. What a beautiful day. Dan ini adalah kalimat seru untuk menunjukkan emosi.
Okay, time for a little pop quiz. Let's test your architect skills. Look at this sentence. My father works hard every day. I have 2 questions for you. 1, what's the pattern? And 2, what's the type? Take a second. Think about it. Got your answer? Okay, let's see. The pattern is subject, my father, verb, works, adverb, hard every day. So S-V-A-D. And the type? Well, it's just a statement, so it's declarative. How'd you do? I bet you got it right. Okay, quiz sebentar. Lihat kalimat ini. My father works hard every day. Apa polanya dan apa tipenya? Coba pikirkan. Jawabannya, polanya SVV. Dan tipenya? Ini kalimat pernyataan, jadi tipenya declarative. Pasti benar kan?
Wow, we have covered so much ground today. You guys have been amazing sentence architects. Seriously, great job. Before we finish, let's just do a quick review of the most important takeaways, the key ideas you need to remember.
Wah, banyak sekali yang sudah kita pelajari. Kalian semua hebat.
Sebelum kita selesai, ayo kita ulas lagi poin-poin kuncinya.
Okay, so if you remember anything from today, remember these 4 things. First, every single English sentence needs that solid foundation, a subject and a predicate, always. Second, we have those 5 basic blueprints or patterns to build our sentences. Third, and this is a big one, know the difference. An object gets the action, but a complement describes the subject. And finally, number 4, remember the 4 purposes, making a statement, asking a question, giving a command, or showing big emotion. Ini 4 hal yang paling penting untuk diingat ya. 1, setiap kalimat harus punya subject dan predicate. 2, ada 5 pola dasar kalimat. 3, objek itu menerima aksi, sementara komplement mendeskripsikan subjek. Dan 4, ada 4 tujuan kalimat, menyatakan, bertanya, memerintah, atau berseru.
And I want to leave you with one final thought from me, Pak Vincent. Please, remember this. Learning to build sentences is just like learning to play guitar or getting good at a sport. It's a skill, and the only way to get better is to practice. So please, don't ever be afraid of making a mistake. Mistakes are how we learn. So keep practicing, just a little bit, every single day, because you really are all excellent sentence architects. I know you can do this. Pesan terakhir dari saya, belajar membuat kalimat itu seperti belajar main gitar atau olahraga. Ini adalah keahlian, satu-satunya cara untuk jadi lebih baik adalah dengan berlatih. Jangan takut membuat kesalahan, karena dari situlah kita belajar. Teruslah berlatih setiap hari. Kalian semua adalah arsitek kalimat yang hebat. Saya yakin kalian pasti bisa.
And that's our time for today, everyone. Terima kasih. Thank you so much for joining me and for working so hard. I am truly proud of every single one of you. Remember to keep practicing, stay curious, and keep on building those amazing sentences. I'll see you all in the next lesson. Goodbye for now. Sekian untuk hari ini. Terima kasih banyak sudah belajar dengan semangat. Saya sangat bangga dengan kalian semua. Teruslah berlatih dan tetap semangat. Sampai jumpa di pelajaran berikutnya ya.